All right, well, welcome to this webinar on support for stressful times. We are still in the stressful times. And when I say that, I feel like I want to pause and just really acknowledge that that's true. And that for me, and who knows how many other people, it's impacting our lives and our bodies to be in these times that are stressful for all kinds of reasons, not just the novel coronavirus, but many things are going on. Many things are going on. And what we get to do together here is just to pause. I feel you there. I hope you're feeling me and each other here together from all over the world, just to pause and also bring your body into it. So finding your body support. I mean, you know, the feel of what your feet are touching and your lower part of your body is resting on that support, and let it hold you. Great. So how are you doing? Love to hear what's going on for you today. I want to talk a bit about two things. I want to talk about one of my favorite words. That's the word and. I'm a big fan of language. Some language is very facilitative of our growth and healing process in these and any times that we live in. So facilitative language. And the word and is a very facilitative word. Because and means that you can have more than one experience, and your experiences don't have to fight each other. So how are you right now? Let's pause and sense how you are right now. And that might be a body sensation, like a sense of tightness or tension or warmth or excitement. It might be an emotional state, sad or jittery or upset, furious. Erica writes, all day angry. Judy says, I'm finding myself more anxious than ever. Yeah. Nice. Very good. Very good. And Eve writes, I'm longing for comfort and joy. Good. Let's talk about comfort and joy today. But first, let's talk about how you are right now. And however you are, you get to have another feeling too. So angry and calm and jittery and. Do we have an and for each of you? Yeah. Beverly writes, settling and excited. Okay, Erica was angry before. Now Erica is angry and sad. Yeah, anxious and spacious. Wonderful. There you go. And Jan writes, I'm sensing something in me that's steadfast and something in me that feels anxiety. Tired and overwhelmed, anxious and grateful. Notice what happens when we can have at least two feelings. I mean, there's no limit because we've got all the and that we need. Tired and grateful and hungry. We can have another and on the end of our sentence, no matter how many feelings we have. And there's this quality of, I hope, what I'd invite you to sense is if there's a quality of welcome for everybody. So, you know, I've got angry here, and I've got sort of tender, and then I've got worried, and then I've got grateful, and there's room for all of them. Because that's what our bodies know how to do. I am the space is another piece of language that you might want to try saying to yourself. I am the space where all why feelings can be the way they are. So let's give that a try together. You want to do that? So if you feel like following along, let me give you this language. So I feel, fill in the blank, and I feel, you put another feeling there, and I feel, okay, do that as often as you like. And now let's say something in me is, same feelings, but we're going to change the language to something in me is. So something in me is angry, and something in me is grateful, and something in me is tired, okay? And now see if you'd like to say, and I am the space where all can be as it is. That is a magical sentence developed by my colleague, Barbara McGavin. I am the space where all these feelings can be the way they are. What a beautiful gift that is to yourself, that every way that you feel is okay. It's permitted. Our feelings are here for a reason. They matter. And when we give them company, our feelings help us live. They help us know what we need, what we want, how we want to respond to the world. And they give us information, and they're part of our inner aliveness. When we're sad about missing someone, that's part of our aliveness. When we're angry, when we see injustice, that's part of our aliveness. Our feelings are important, they matter. And that's why it's so wonderful to be able to use the and, so that you don't have to have your feelings fight each other. They get to be there. Feelings can be there. You have room. You have room for feelings, and really there's no such thing as contradictory feelings. They all can be here. Yes, let's see what people are saying here. I feel unreal and failed. So something in me feels unreal and something in me feels failed. Haja says, I feel hanging onto the edge. Marta says, something in me is tired and something in me is feeling despair. And I am the space where all those feelings are the way they are. Well done. That's it. Now, how did that feel, Marta, to say it that way? Yes, yes, yes. Nice, nice. So Julia says, how is numbness a part of aliveness? Well, if you feel numb, there's a good reason for it. Something in you has gone numb. It's a way of responding to overwhelm, probably. That's my guess, although we're not sure. But we can be sure of this, numbness has a reason. It has a reason. It's part of your aliveness, your living process, responding to life. Yeah. You know, when hard things happen to us, it doesn't make sense to respond to those hard things with the same response as when fulfilling and enjoyable things happen to us. Right? If it's a beautiful day, the sun is shining, and you go, that sun feels so good. But then if the sun gets hotter and hotter, there's no, that's too much. Do you see? So that same kind of responsiveness to what's happening is also true of the things that happen. Like if we're in a toxic environment, than to recoil from it, to protect ourselves from it, to shut down if there's nothing else we can do. Makes sense. Makes sense. So our emotions are like that. They are understandable responses to what we're living through. So I'm glad some people were commenting on my animals. By the way, these are from a company called Folkmanis. I'll put that in the chat. They're finger puppets. And I love to teach about feelings and parts using little animals, because it's clear that we can be accepting to everything we find inside of us. And then if I cannot be accepting to what I find inside, then I can be accepting to that. So can I be accepting to this? Something scared, let's say, something worried. If no, then I see if I can say, okay, I hear you don't want to accept that. So I can use my language of something in me to turn toward anything inside me that isn't welcoming and accepting. Yay. Danny says, if you feel something you don't know where it comes from, possibly it comes from the toxic surroundings. That was an interesting point. I wanted to talk a little about not knowing where our feelings come from. Because one of my first recommendations to you is always pause and sense how you are, sense how you feel, how you are, and I point to my body because how you are includes your body sensations and your emotions that can often be felt in your body. It also includes beliefs and thoughts that may be contributing to your inner state, and all of that is part of how you are. So pause and notice how you are. And this happened to me today. I paused this morning, I noticed how I am, and I felt a little not so nice, kind of an uneasy, grumpy feeling. And I noticed that my next thought was, why do I feel that way? And then I noticed that in response to why do I feel that way, there was almost a defensiveness inside. Like, do I have to explain myself? And I realized, oh, wait a minute. It starts with, I do feel that way. And I don't actually know why. And I don't have to know why in order to say, yes, I sense that feeling is there. That brought a big breath. And then something happened that I also wanted to share with you today. I started to be aware of comforts, little comforts, like somebody helped me clean my kitchen. Oh, I love being in a clean kitchen. I don't so much love cleaning my kitchen, but I love being in a clean kitchen. And just, that feels good. And not so much a mental that feels good, but really allowing that to the little comfort of being in a clean kitchen to land in my body. Well, so I wonder, what's a little comfort for you today? How's the weather where you are? Or did you have a favorite meal recently? Did you figure something out that you'd been puzzled by? These are all things that I find can turn into little comforts. And then once we have something that's a little comfort, there's another step we can take, which is to let it in. can I let that, whatever it is, really sink in and impact my body right now? That was such a nice talk yesterday with one of my best friends. Nothing special got said. But when I paused afterwards, I realized, yeah, that is a piece of the sweetness of my day today. And I wanted to have you especially have the and process, because I think sometimes people feel like I can't feel good because there's so much to feel bad about, or I should feel good so I don't feel bad. And I think both of those positions are ways of making our feelings fight each other, replace each other. And we don't have to have our feelings fight each other. There's room in us. There's room in me, both for letting in the little comfort and for having that place that feels a little grumpy. It's better now. It likes it that I said hello to it. So people are starting to say a few comforts. Having my house cleaned was another one for Erica. Lily talks about hiking on a favorite trail in the mountains with blue skies and a carpet of wildflowers. Wow, I just went there with you, Lily. And Karen writes, having dinner out instead of cooking. Hope you had a chance to do that. Yeah, and Sarah writes about the weather being stormy and then getting brighter later. Yeah. Murray put up some streamers for his roommate's birthday. Oh, wow. That brings joy. Haja did some painting after watching a painting seminar. Hey. Julie writes, my comfort today was seeing 5 gorgeous cygnets. I don't know if everybody knows, but because I'm a linguist and like words, I know a cygnet is a baby swan. I love to see that. Love to see that. Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. Ah, Toria writes, my recliner. Yes, and music. Wonderful. Ah, dancing to Rod Stewart. Wonderful. So Lampros writes, I'm in bed since I cut my foot and friends are offering to help me. Oh, yes. Well, I'm so sorry that you cut your foot so severely you have to be in bed. But look at that silver lining to that cloud, which is that you get to learn to receive help from your friends. Wow, nice. Very nice. So letting the good stuff land, letting the little comforts land in the body. Do you feel what I'm talking about there? Not just, I know that was nice, but I'm letting my body take it in, letting it land, letting it be received. And giving a little time for that to happen. Our minds are so much quicker than our bodies. The body goes at a slower pace, and yet to feel what you're going through in a more embodied way lasts longer. When you let the enjoyable feelings sink all the way down into your body, that can change your whole day. So Andrea writes, sometimes I can let the comforts in and sometimes I can't. As I sense something in me that's angry or fearful and perhaps doesn't feel it's safe to enjoy comforts. Wonderful, Andrea. I love how you're listening to. So you started by noticing something in you doesn't feel safe to allow comforts. No, you started by noticing that something doesn't want to allow the comforts in. And then by saying something in me, I think that's what enabled you to turn toward that part of you and get curious. And you found out that that part of you doesn't feel safe to let the comforts in. And then you let it know you hear that. And that is an inner relationship of listening. So we feel what we feel. And it doesn't have to be positive, negative, good, bad. It's nice to take a little extra time with comforts, but not because we're trying to push away any other feelings. actually, what's been my experience is that when you take the time to feel what gives you resources, right? What gives you resilience? If you take the time to feel, and so many nice suggestions here that people listed, and take the time to really let that in. That allows you to have the, I don't know what the right word is. Strength is a little too tough. The just to be available to turn toward any parts of you that don't feel so great. So I can pause and take in the comforts that are around me today, and then I can turn back toward that grumpy part of me, and I can say, hello, what's got you feeling so grumpy today? And when I first felt it, I didn't know what it was about. But after I gather some resources from looking around, gathering some comforts, then I can turn back to this grumpy part of me. And it has to do with something I'm doing later today where I'm a little bit on the spot. Feel a little bit like gotta come up to a mark. Okay, and that's what it just told me. I'm letting it know I hear it. What are people saying to me? Lisa writes, my body often feels before my mind realizes what it's feeling. Yeah, that's why it's so great to be in touch with our bodies. Beverly asks, does it help me to access the grumpy part by using the dragon to represent it? Yeah, it actually does help me a bit. I don't know if it would help everybody to do that, but hey, give it a try. Yeah. Fanny asks, how can I calm the stress I feel in my stomach? Great question. Well, start by letting a gentle hand go to your stomach. So let a gentle hand go to your stomach, but don't rub, right? Because the hand is not trying to make it not feel stressful. The message of the hand is, I am with you. And then use the language, something in me feels stress. And then use the language, I am sensing something in my stomach feels stress. And my hand is there. And I'm saying to it, hello, I sense how stressed you feel, and I am with you. I'm saying to it, hello, I sense how stressed you feel, and I am with you. And then you might need to repeat that a few times. And the work is based on something we call inner relationship. So each of the little tips I'm giving you is designed to help you be with what you're feeling instead of either pushing it away or being taken over by it. I am sensing something in me feels that way, and I am here with that. Ah, Fanny writes, thank you. Okay, good. Wow, that's so great. All right, and Jane is asking, how can I stop the compulsion to keep going into the kitchen to eat? I am sensing something in me wants to eat. So this one's not so easy, Jane, because it's not just a feeling like a stress in the stomach, but a compulsion to act may be hard to catch before you're already doing it. But if you can, before you go in the kitchen, pause and say hello to something that wants to eat. And then say, I know you want to eat because you're suffering somehow. Suffering meaning Yeah, going through something hard. A little part that wants to eat. I know you want to eat because you're going through something hard. Let me just be with you for a while. Let me be with you. Let me give you company for the hard thing you're going through. See how this is inner relationship? Well, we're almost done today. And so what I just want to remind you of is pause and sense how you are. Say hello to how you feel. Use the word and to allow yourself to have more than one feeling. And really pause to take in the little comforts around you, to let them really come into your body. And the point is that that helps you be more resourced so that you can turn toward anything in you that might need a little extra care and attention. So nice to be with you all. I really feel a nice connection with you. Thank you so much for participating, for listening, for being here. And just keep having that accepting relationship to how you feel. Thank you so much. Bye for now. We'll talk to you next week. We'll do this again. Bye.